Hi guys, this is episode number 7. And this is the big picture where we help you see, think, and act big. And today we have a very exciting guest for you guys because I met this lady online over a year ago, and since then I've been following her video blogs, and I was wondering how does she live her life, and I really see that she's really doing it differently than most people, and that's exactly why she's here. Our guest for today is the founder of Passion and Projects, and if you don't know where to find it, she'll definitely give you, and we can see it in the show notes page. But today, be inspired, get ready, hold on to your seats. Let me introduce Jen Murillo. Hi, Jen.
Hello, thank you. That was a long introduction.
I love long introductions
Exciting.
because we are definitely excited to see you here, to have you here in the show, and just to inspire our audience and the people we want to really reach, and this is kind of an interview, but just feel free to relax,
Okay.
as relaxed as Dave. So, Dave, you'd like to say something before we kick off the review?
I'll start with my question. So, Jen, what's your story?
Oh, which part of my life are you asking? Because I have a lot
I would
of
like to ask
stories.
what brought you here with us.
Okay, thanks, Dave. What's my story? I have a lot of interesting stories. My life is very colorful, but for this moment, I'm going to talk about my brainchild, which is Passion and Projects, because I think that's relevant to what Big Picture is doing.
Yes.
Inspiring people. So, where do I start? Well, I think Passion and Projects is basically me, who I am, because I remember even when I was a child, I'm like the go-to person. And then growing up, having a kid, people would ask me for like referrals, like who to get as photographer or whoever, or if you can do this. So I did a lot of things in life just to survive.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I can relate.
So I've experienced a lot of things in life. I've been a barista. I've tried cleaning the restrooms.
Oh yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah.
yes. I tried teaching ESL. I was like, what was that? Not really as a disc jockey, but I also worked as a newscaster in a radio station before when I was
Oh, yeah?
younger. I used to sell, what's this? I used to go to Pasil and Carbon and get like those mud crabs and shrimps and sell it to condominiums and offices. Like I would carry a sack of 8 kilos of crabs with me.
Wow.
I also did that. Used to sell some clothes. I would go to offices and sell them. So I've done a lot of things, and I'm passionate about a lot of things as well. So some people might really get confused what I'm passionate about, because I love to draw, I love to sing, I love music, I love performing. As an actress, I do indie film, and I started as stage play artist. So basically because I love to express myself in a lot of different ways, creative ways. So people would actually suggest to me before, why not make your own agency, or why not do this for. I cannot just stick to one thing because I'll get bored. I hate
Yeah.
routines.
Yeah.
I love being creative and spontaneous. So one time someone approached me, asked me to do events for a mall. That's a big project. But this was right after doing several for a cause events for some people, and some, I wasn't paid for that because it's for a cause. And some small projects, and even coordinating a wedding for free. So I did that for friends. And then I realized that I want to do events. Someone told me to study it, and then a mall owner asked me to do events for his mall. So I had to do something. So I created Passion and Projects because of that. And then when I was doing that, I found myself surrounded with different different artists, where there was a musician, there was a singer, there was mostly a visual artist. And then I saw how they live their lives, and I had this desire to really help them get gigs because hello, unsa may, you know, painter, someone who does art, they can't really earn that much unless someone pushes them to do,
give
you
them
know,
an
sell
audience.
sell their
Right.
artworks or do workshops, but they're not wired to organize. They're
Yes.
artists. So I believe God has given me that gift. So my heart was to help them. So we started doing creative workshops. My dad was an artist. So dugay na kay ko ganahan muhimo og workshop. So I started with that. So events and then the art workshops and Passion and Projects was known for that at first. Like we travel all around Visayas, even Manila to do painting workshops and calligraphy workshops. So I created a project that's not done by anyone else, like calligraphy, painting, and photography in one. So that's how we really built the name of Passion and Projects. And I'm really thankful for those artists who also helped me. And the rest is history. So now we're doing a lot of things. I'm focusing on doing purposeful and creative events for everyone.
Can you let's backtrack a little bit
Yeah.
and walk us through, for example, when did Passion and Project started
Officially,
officially? Yeah.
I got the name in my mind
Yeah.
into late 2014
Okay.
because I had to I planned to collaborate with someone from Manila because we're supposed to do a big event here with some celebrities, but
Yeah.
it did not push through, but it was okay. In 2015 I started doing some projects, but it was only last year when I registered it legally.
Okay.
So
But
was-
the idea has been around since 2014.
2014.
You've been pushing that
2015 we've been doing projects.
but doing project.
2016 I had to do it,
And
registered it.
so prior to this, it sounded to me that you're not just like a survivor. You're definitely a thriver, and that's impressive. And for you guys, I can totally relate to Jen, but not to that level of hustle. She's I can see that you're really hustle. A woman of hustle with great
Not
hustle. within
not
you.
the hustle in Bisaya, right?
No.
That would mean a different thing.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes I am hustle.
And you really have this grit, right? I mean, you're pushing on different things because I think I can totally relate to what you're doing, because I can't also settle down. A lot of people tell me focus on this, but I'd rather focus on 3-4 different things, which is kind of weird, but I can relate to that. And so when you started Passion and Projects, it is to put in a kind of a platform for different things that is working like inside of your mind and your heart, right? Different projects. It can be art, it can be
Anything.
anything,
Yeah.
basically. And you started with, I think when I met you online, you're already working on calligraphy workshops,
Workshops, yes.
which is one of my also the reason why I know Jen, because one of my friend who is an artist who started working on his paintings, his sketches.
Yeah.
I think he's still a teacher now. But
Yeah,
I think he's
he is.
leaving
Yeah.
that
Yes,
so to be
very
like a
full-time
full-time artist.
artist.
And Jen's project, Passion and Project, really helped him kind of transition, give him
Oh.
that feeling that this can work, something. So that's she's I can really see that output. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Passion and Project, is this? I'll just like to ask straight: is this a business or is this like just pure passion?
Well, it's a business with passion,
All right.
driven by passion. So it's a different kinds of passion and creating projects out of it.
All right.
So anything, it has to be like my goal for that is it has to be always creative and purposeful.
Yeah.
Those two should go along together with Passion and Projects events or whatever
Okay.
projects we have.
Yeah. So, I just want to know like how are you able to? So I'm wondering as well. Is this your main source of income, or is this you have different projects? I believe
As of the moment, right now, yes.
this is your main source.
Yes.
So I like to point this out to our audience because a lot of them we're trying to help as many people, as many Filipinos, and most of our Filipino brothers and sisters are from overseas and they work outside the country just to find the greener pasture. But here you are, defying the the norm, doing something that you love, that you're passionate about, and you're able to earn from it and to even help others, right? So isn't that amazing, Joseph? So I'm just curious on how the business model works, or how does it, how do you earn, or where do you get the money? Is it from the artists, or is it from the events? So
Well, I have to, like, yeah, I'm earning from passion and projects now. I have to tell everyone before I answer that it's not really that easy, because I'm a single mom. I'm single, but I'm a mom at the same time. So I'm also a dad. So I have to pay for everything and make sure that my kid is, living the life also that's comfortable for him. And another thing is that I'm not really wired for business. I suck in business when I started, but along the way I learned from people. So it wasn't an easy process for me. It wasn't easy when I started how to earn, but the goal is really to earn, because I don't want to work anymore. Like I was with the BPO in the past, like for 5 years. I had to remind myself that I don't really want to work anymore just for the sake of earning money. I want to work because I love what I do and I can help others.
Okay.
Yeah. So I get, with Passion and Projects earning right now, I get funds from clients, because there are some companies who would ask me to do events for their companies. Who would also ask me to help them market their products through, creative stuff, doing workshops. And when I do my own workshops, like in collaboration with other artists, I get a cut from the registration fee. That's transparency. Yes, because I have to spend. I have to pay my people. I have to spend for the marketing. I have to print posters and stuff. So I get money from, it's not that big though with the workshops, because I don't want to charge too much. So I want the artists to have, people also to join the workshops. But basically it's more of getting fees from clients.
So Jen, I have a question. You mentioned that you spent 5 years in BPO industry, and what I really love talking with our guest was, how did they make a leap from being employed to someone self-employed or running a business? Can you talk about that that part of your life?
Okay, so the transition.
The transition, yes.
Well, I did a lot of things before the BPO, and
But
then
what cost you to
do something
give up
else. Yeah.
that part?
Well, with BPO Manggod, especially if you're in the managerial position, you really have to spend long hours in the office. I have a kid, and I'm a single parent. Our situation is different, and my heart was always to be there for him at the same time earn. So that was one of the main factors why I had to push myself to do something else and get out of the BPO industry. So when I got out of the BPO industry, my son was 3 years old or something. I forgot. It was a long time ago. And then I did virtual assistants. I
Right.
was a virtual assistant for 5 years. So that means I'm just at home and I'm taking care of my son. And I have clients. So that means I had to, I actually remember I had to be awake the whole night. And then in the morning, I had to make sure I still do not sleep yet, para I can take care of my kid and bring him to school. And then I
you
sleep in the afternoon.
after.
Sometimes I would sleep in the canteen waiting for him.
Wow.
And then after that, I was 5 years as a virtual assistant. And then I got into the financial institution I was selling insurance.
Yeah, okay.
So this was when I learned the business stuff. I had to learn how to dress up. I had to learn how to rub elbows with the millionaires.
Yeah.
And it was so uncomfortable to the point that I remember crying in the elevator during training, because I don't want to wear anything like that.
Yeah.
As an artist, you just want to wear anything
Right.
comfortable like this. But I had to learn a different thing. But I took it as a training. I did not know how long I'll stay there at that moment, but I knew it was necessary for me to learn business with the business people, because I was always surrounded with creative people. So this was different, and I know I had to learn that. So I learned from, I had mentors like my manager and the head of that industry. And then I left because my heart would always go after the creative stuff.
Yeah.
I found it boring along the way. It's like I have to go after my passion, what I'm passionate about. Then I quit doing, sales.
Yeah.
And then I jump started doing events for companies.
Okay. Yeah.
That's how it was. So it's like doing creative stuff even before. And then I got to learn the business side when I joined the insurance company.
Yeah.
And then mix it all together. And that's where Passion and Projects is birth.
It sounded like you've lived like 100 lives, no? I was counting the years and I'm just kidding. I just like to speak to you guys because, one of the things that Jen said was she really has a clear why in order for her to move from, one thing like in the employment world into like I would say self-employed type of work and then transition to a business. I mean, it's not, basing from experience, it's not easy to transition. It's
not
super
easy. When I started
challenging,
Passion
yeah.
and Projects, we did workshops and I really took the risk of bringing the artists outside Cebu, like we went to Bacolod, Dumaguete, or
Yeah.
Moc, and all those places. Connection really helps a lot.
Yeah.
Like my friends from those places were so grateful. They're there to help me.
They're helping you like connect
Me to the people to get more students.
Okay.
Some of my friends sponsored our hotel accommodations. Others gave money just for me to promote their companies. Others helped me with everything.
Yeah.
And then another thing is that although it was all good, I see it good. The negative side is that I actually lost some money. Well, it's a risk. It's always like that.
Yeah.
But I never gave up. So it's
You
okay.
brought a good point there. Your network is your net worth. The more people you know, right? So, does it answer your question, Jen?
Yeah, I just thought that because a lot of you guys, you might be, working on a job. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, honestly. I want to have more employees, so something like that. But if you're aching, and I use the word aching to do something, then that is something you should pursue.
I think it's like this. Not everyone here in this world are called to do business. So there are really people who just wants to be in an 8 to 5 job and just get the pay every 15th and 30th of the month. But there are also people who are called to do business. But there's just one thing I really want to highlight. It's always like when you do business, you have to always think of helping others. And then you'll be helped. That was my if you call it motto, no? That's what I always remind myself of because it's not easy starting up. Like I had to pay for our transpo and everything, and not even knowing if like we're gonna get kanang nabami makuha from the workshops, like how many students. There were some workshops that we only had 3 students, and then we had to pay for everything, and some are sponsored, but I did not get any money at all. There were some workshops or events that I had to pay for the food, the restaurant's food and everything, and then just a few people came, so I had to use my son's tuition fee, and then it was really heartbreaking, but I know it was also worth it because it built me up, my character, and as long as our hearts as in what you call as business people is to help others. If these things happen, bad things happen, it's better than just focusing on money because you will really probably commit suicide if you lost a lot.
Yeah. So one of our guests actually on episode 5, you can check it out, thebigpicture.ph/episode 5 with Charmaine. She said that you have to start, like you really have to get the you don't focus on the money at first. They just started Pop District with just they don't have that much much people. They were building their audience, so they just focus on building that community. So and I've noticed on your answer that you were able to, I've also learned this recently that you don't focus on the money because when the money is gone, you're nowhere to be found. But if you focus on your passion, on what what your message or what's your purpose in your business, I think you will stick to it despite without the money or not. and it will keep you like the tenacity. That's what they call it, right?
I don't know. I'd like to argue with you guys though. No, because and this is not more of argument, but this is more of a question. I know that you don't focus on the money, but is it something that lurks, behind your mind?
Yes. Yes, to be honest,
Yeah.
yes. Because I have bills to pay. I have a rent. I don't have a husband.
Right.
And I have
So,
to
this
be
is
a
an
dad. I have
ad
a
now?
son to feed. Yes.
This is an ad now.
Just kidding. No.
Just kidding. Write to us. We'll take care of you.
No. Yes, it does. It even brought me depression when
Yeah.
times are really, but I don't know how to explain it. I think as long as you are deeply, like when your foundation is deeply grounded, or how do you
Right.
call that, whatever happens, you'll still keep going. Even if you feel sad or whatever, you'll be depressed. Me, normally I would be depressed at least 3 days, and then after that I'll have to start all over again.
Yeah.
But yes, it does. But with business, when you start with like not having an 8 to 5 job, because some will actually start a business while they still have jobs, right?
Yeah.
But in my case, I didn't have anything. So
We call it sidepreneurs,
sidepreneurs, yeah. But
side hustlers.
I think in my case, what I would do is find ways to provide.
Yeah.
Still do that, but I have to find ways. Like for example, if I'm running out of money and then I don't have clients or whatever, I would think of other ways, like sell my stuff or
Yeah. So you're kind of supporting your dreams.
yes.
Yes.
Or
Through other means.
Yep. Or I would personally go to some people or some companies and ask them if they need my marketing help,
Yeah.
and then they just pay me per project. At least I have money.
Yeah.
Or I would, do anything I can.
Okay.
Just to survive and start,
Yeah.
keep going.
So yeah, the reason why I pointed it out, because I've I've read a lot of books that said who said the same thing. Don't focus on the money, and I think it doesn't mean don't think about how to make your project profitable. I don't think it means that. I think it means don't focus on the money by saying don't do shortcuts such that you only get the money and you lost your audience, you lost your client, and for you guys who are starting your side project, your sidepreneurs, your side passion projects, there is also always there has to be part of you that thinks like how can I transition this such that people will actually pay for it. So because yes, if you focus on the money, you'll definitely go the wrong way by taking shortcuts, taking advantage of your clients. But also, if you don't have a plan on how to make it profitable, you'll starve to death. So, well, it is that's it. But
That's true.
yeah.
So yeah, so let's focus on the now. So I've seen you vlogging earlier. So this online thing, there's a lot of people doing this already. Like us, we're trying to build our online presence. So what's your take on that? Is it important when you're starting a business, especially with your passion and project? Is it how do you build your online presence? How do you make how do you transform that activity, that the vlogging and the blogging and the likes and pages? How do you transform that into real assets or real value to people?
Well, I'd like to give credit to where credit is due. I've learned about the digital marketing stuff when I partnered with TCF.
Okay.
And it was them who hired me to do video blogs last year, but now I'm building my own brand. So my vlogging is basically just about me sharing my life to the people, whoever, because I want people to be inspired and encouraged, especially the single moms. And I also want to document my life with my son because he's growing up so fast. So I'm not so sure. Well, I'm not so sure how people see that, but I just want to clarify that it's really about that.
Okay.
There are clients who would ask me to vlog their products, and that's good. But I don't really focus on that because I'm doing the passion and projects as my means of income. And the vlogging is just really my expression, to express whatever I want to express and also reach out to people. With the digital marketing, well, as a vlogger, if I really want to promote myself or my vlog, it's important because the market right now is digital. I mean, people are always on their phones, facing Facebook and watching YouTube and all. Googling where to go. So you have to adjust to the market. So if you have a business, you have to adjust to the market. So if it's millennials right now who are overpowering you have to adjust to them. You really have to build an online presence the right way.
So Jen, I just like to dig deep a little bit on the way you build your product. How do you market like passion and projects now? Is it like online? Is it offline? How does this work?
I do both online and offline. Online because yes, people are always online. Like if we need to promote events and all those stuff, I still do
this is also, when you say online, is it social media?
Social media, anything that I can do, like get influencers as well for certain events. And then offline, still some of the traditional marketing strategies.
Like flyers or stuff?
No, not that one. Maybe some radio ad and
Okay. No, I'm just
yeah, that's a waste of paper. Text blast, definitely not billboards. It's too expensive and it's not worth it. Sorry. But yeah, text blast, email blast, and then radio stations, people,
Okay.
friends.
Right. So now, we've talked about your story. We talk about your origin story. We talk about your transition. We talk about your current business. We talk about how you built your market. Like, if there are 3 things that you'd like to share to our audience today that you think that they should take home, take to heart, work on, what would it be?
Oh, that's so awesome. I like that question. I'm going to make it short because we are running out of time. I will not be ashamed to say this. First should be for you guys to know who created you, because He's the only one who knows what your life is. Like before we were born, God already has a plan for us. So every day, like this day has been planned. I didn't know about this, but I know this has been planned. God is the one orchestrating everything. So you have to seek Him and know Him. You have to read the Word so that you will know Him, so that you will be guided accordingly. Because the world is too noisy and you will not know who to listen to, diba? So if you have a relationship with God, it's easier to hear His voice. And it's easier to know which direction you should go to. Like there were times for me, it would be hard to I don't know where to go and what to do. But eventually, God is the answer again. Second is know your purpose. Know your purpose, because it will eventually be useless if you're doing things and you don't even know what's that for. So if what you're doing is purposeful, it's creating an impact in the lives of the other people, because it has to be that way, mansad yun, no, in everything that we do. There are reasons why we are wired like this, why I am like this, why I have passion and projects. So might as well, if you know your purpose good, it's easier to make things happen na. And then third is just keep going. It's not a walk in the park, especially business. I'm still learning. I'm not there yet. At least not now where I was, but get help from people who are, like if it's business people, you talk with the right business people who have been there, learn from them. I watch podcast, videos, YouTube, whatever. I read books, and then I keep going. There are times when I feel so down, get lost or whatever, like, we're human and we feel sadness and all. But after that emotion, I would normally rise up and start again and continue lang yun. Keep going. Kay, if we persevere, we will always get the reward. That's it.
All right. Thank you so much for answering our questions for the
Thank
interview.
you also for having me.
And now we're moving on to our special lightning round.
Oh, what's that? It's scary.
So this is like just a series of questions that we ask all of our guests. So if you could answer it like straight to the point.
Oh my gosh.
So the first question is, what makes you wake up in the morning?
What wakes me up in the morning? That's hard. My son, of course. Yeah.
Well, next question is, what would be the encouragement or, your message to our audience? In our audience would be the OFWs, the people who really work hard for their families, and some of them want to come home.
Yeah.
What would be your message to them?
Bugat man na sa heart. I know. Just hang in there. Just keep praying. Do everything you can. And then when you come home, make sure that you have enough resources to start something. Para you cannot be, you cannot go back na ba? Parang pareho naman natong God here and there. So your family should be the reason why you have to stay and do something, something that can be, I don't know, that can explode.
or they could do business on the side, right?
Yeah.
So I think you missed this question. Who or what inspires you?
My son.
Okay, same question as what makes you wake up. No?
Yeah.
I mean, same answer.
I would say Piolo, but he will get angry at me.
What? Piolo?
Just kidding. No.
Yeah, this one is not in the list, but I'd like to insert this. Like, who are your top 2 influencers?
Oh, that one. I have so many people. Is that celebrities or not celebrities? Wala, no. I have mentors. Most of them are leaders in church. Our elders. Yep. Well, in the past, because I have a lot, I have Ate Cherry and Kuya Raymond, Kuya Tony, Ate Bang. Those people who were always there for me at that time. And then right now, currently, I have our elders in church, Kuya L, Kuya F, Kuya D, and of course, Rainy. These are the people who pushed me good and helped me overcome things and remind me of my identity in Christ.
Awesome. So we will put some links on their Facebook page, perhaps if you share it to us, and so that they could also connect. People might, people might need some mentors as well. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
So one of our last question of the day: where can people find out more about you?
They can find me anywhere, joke. I'll be in Ayala, SM, wherever. Or you can just give me a call and then I'll be there. Sounds like a song. You can add me up on Facebook. That's Jen Murillo, and then there's close parenthesis Passion and Projects. Our Facebook page for Passion and Projects is Passion and Projects. So easy. Instagram, Jenny Murillo. My YouTube is Jen Murillo or Jen M. So if you want to see everything, you just go look for Passion and Projects Facebook. It's easier.
Awesome. So you could find all those links at our show notes at thebigpicture.ph/episode 7. And I think that's a wrap, Joseph. So,
Jen, thank you so much for being here, for inspiring us, and not only that, sharing your story. It's not easy to share your story and walk that path again, right? Memory lane, and definitely I am inspired. We're inspired, and I'm sure our audience are inspired. So. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence.
Yeah, thank you. Big picture and hashtag keep going.
Oh yeah, so in part of my vision or our vision here to help people, see the big picture, we're giving away books, and the mechanics we'll share it just like last time. We will check out our Facebook page at the Big Picture, facebook.com/thebigpicture, and you will learn how to join that. So. Keep posted, and thank you for listening for this episode. So see you next time. We are here in
A Plus Ayala. Thank you for the video.
All right. So see you next time, and continue to see the big picture. Bye, guys.